Ricky, a big 3 weeks ahead for yourself and the squad in what is the Premiership Rugby Cup.
Yeah, it's a really exciting competition to get our teeth into again. It's been a real tough block, with the Premiership and also the Champions Cup. So to get a new competition with a new group of players and some different challenges, it's a really exciting 3 weeks and gives a lot of players an opportunity from a squad perspective to get some game time and to really push us on and show that we're in a good place as a squad and also to really get to another tackle cover competition.
It's a competition which over the years you have headed up, but also you've really attacked as a club, isn't it?
Yeah, if you look at it, it's a great tool for spreading game time across your squad. It's a great opportunity to give young players game time in pressure environments, but also as well as a great opportunity to see some different rugby, playing some different sides. Obviously this year it's all Premiership sides, but it'll still be the same fierce competition that it was last year. And we've talked a lot about the opportunity to back up being back-to-back champions, and I think that's what's going to really drive us on this year with other things around what the competition can offer.
The phrase you always say at the start of this competition is we attack every competition, we're going to go after this one the same we would any. Is that the same message this year?
Yeah, definitely. I think since we came into the Premiership, every competition we've been in, whether it be the Premiership, the Anglo-Welsh, the Sevens, we've always looked to put a real benchmark down in terms of where we want to be throughout our season. We can't just take these 3 weeks to just take our foot off the gas. Because if we do that, when we get back into our Premiership block, we'll all be chasing our tails a little bit. So we've got to keep moving forward as a club, and this competition allows us to do that. It gives an opportunity to see some of our academy players that are pushing up through, but also the strength of our squad now. We've got a lot of senior guys that are just inches away of getting selection for that Premiership block coming back in. So they've got things to play for, and it makes that really exciting, both from a coaching perspective and as players as well.
Newcastle we saw many times last season in various guises, and they were probably the surprise element of the Premiership. In the league this year they're not necessarily as tough or shown as tough as they were last year, but the last 2 weeks in the Champions Cup underlines their threat. Yeah,
I don't think you can take where they are in the Premiership. They've had some real close losses there. I think once the season gets in after Christmas, they'll start to pick up wins and they'll start to push themselves up the table. 2 wins in the Champions Cup sort of shows where they are as a club. They're a bit like ourselves. They've got good strength across the board. So if you look at their A-League side, they're top of the North Division. We're sitting in a good position in ours, and we've talked about this week that we're going to have to go up there and really rip a game away from them. They've put in 2 50-point wins in their A-League, and the players that are going to play in that will probably feature from that group as well. So we know we've got a hell of a challenge ahead of us. If you look at last year, one of our best wins was that semi-final win in the Cup, where we had a mixture of a squad and they came down with that full-strength side, and we know we're in for a tough game whatever side they're playing.
Notoriously tough place to go as well, with the different surface and as you say, normally conditions up there are a lot different. It's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, it is. I think we're quite used to the wind. I think there's obviously the wind and the cold. When you go up north is something that you can play a part. But we just talked about focusing on ourselves. We won't necessarily know what side they'll put out. So we've talked a lot about what we're going to do, how we're going to attack the game, how we're going to put our game on Newcastle. So I think it's a challenge going away, but it's a challenge now that we've got to really get excited about. And I think the way that we trained these last 3 days, the energy and the enthusiasm that the squad has put in as a whole has been outstanding, and we're in a really good place going into Sunday.
And you've got, as you say, a great mix. You've got experienced guys in there, you've got boys that are looking for game time, and then you've got the youngsters coming through as well. For you, that must be a joy to work with.
Yeah, it is. I think we say this every year whenever we do these interviews. It's about that opportunity for the young guys to really push their claim, and this competition has only shown year to year that players that have played in it have gone on to push on for Premiership experience and also into senior rugby and international rugby. So not just with our club, but with other clubs as well. And that's what makes it such a good competition. I think this year, our strength of our squad has gone up another level. And I think when you see the side from at the weekend, there was a lot of players there that are really pushing for Premiership starts, and that's what's exciting about it. They've got an opportunity. They're going to have to go out as players and grab it with both hands, but if they do, it's a great opportunity to really put together a good side for this next block of 3 games.